Going on YouTube? 603 Mechanic Vids, back with another how-to video. Today we're going to be doing the rear brakes on this 2018 Jeep Renegade. First thing we'll do is jump in the vehicle. Go ahead and turn your key on accessory mode. And once everything boots up, you're going to want to go to settings. Scroll down. Went past it. You see where it says brakes. You're going to want to click on that, and then where it says brake service, click on that. Would you like to retract park brakes to allow for brake system service? We're going to hit yes. And you can hear them disengaging. And there we go. Now we're all set to do the brake job in the rear. Now we'll get the Jeep lifted up and we will start switching everything out. So the tools we're going to need for this, you're going to want a hammer or rubber mallet, a ratchet. You're going to need a 17 millimeter, a 13 millimeter, flathead screwdriver, and we're probably going to need the 17 millimeter wrench. Alright, let's loosen this top 13. Our second one. Now we can take our caliper, just pull it right off. Make sure you set it somewhere where it won't fall. Alright, next we're going to take these two 17 millimeters out to remove the caliper bracket. If you do have trouble getting this little bolt out, they do sell hammer ratchets, which makes it a lot easier to get these out if they're stuck in place. Now we should be able to bang. There's the rotor. Grab our new rotor. Take our little bolt here, put that back in place. Take our screwdriver. Take our old clips off. Get your new clips in and just double check and make sure these little springs right here, make sure they're all in the right position. You want the little tab that pushes on the brake pad going toward the inside, so it pushes on the pad just like these. Now we can put our brake pads in place. Okay, we got our new pads in now, and I'm gonna just tell you guys, I had a little bit of trouble getting these new pads in. It's a pretty tight fit to get everything lined up perfectly to get that pad to slide in where those clips are. So if you're having trouble, you might need to your flathead screwdriver. Just keep working at it. You will eventually get it to go in place. Before we reinstall this on the car, we're going to want to take our slides out. And your new brakes should have came with a little thing of grease. These already look greased up pretty good, but I'm just going to add a little bit more new grease to it. This will make sure your slides work properly. Make sure you get that little rubber seated correctly back in place. Do it to the other side. All right, now we can put this back on the Jeep. Make sure your brake pads have enough space to fit over the rotor. And you can grab your two 17mm bolts. Get them both started before you tighten any of them up. Just get them snug, and then we'll grab our torque wrench and torque them to spec. So our two caliper bracket bolts, that'd be 42 foot-pounds. And then our two 13mm bolts is 26 foot-pounds. Next, you're going to want to open your hood, come to your brake reservoir, unscrew the cap. Next, we're going to turn the piston clockwise. We're going to keep spinning it until the piston here is just about flush with the rubber. They do have tools that fit in these notches here where you can spin it, or you can use some needle nose pliers. Stick it in place like this. And just turn it. Be careful not to damage the rubber boot. And there we go. You can see it's flush. Now we're good to stick the caliper back on. Grab our two 13mm bolts. Grab our caliper. Get our two bolts started. And we'll grab our 13mm socket. We're going to need our 17mm wrench. Alright, and now we will torque these two 13mm bolts to 26 foot-pounds. just go ahead, double check everything, make sure you tighten everything up right, make sure it's all torqued to spec. And you can throw your tire back on. Once you've completed both sides of the rear brakes, just come up to your reservoir, double check where your fluid is at. If you need to add any, this is the time to do it. If you need to take any out, you can just take a hose or a little pump and just get some of the fluid out to the right level. Reinstall your cap, and now we'll go inside the vehicle. Last step of this job is to get out of the brake service, which we just need to press the brake pedal and activate the e-brake. And that finishes up this job. Just click OK.